Okay, good evening, everyone. I'm going to call the regular City of Prescott Council meeting to order. It is Monday, July 8th at 6 o'clock. Do a roll call. Mike? Here. Maureen?
Here.
Adams excused. Dar?
Here.
Lindsay and
Here.
Ben will join us later. Would everybody please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everyone. Next item on the agenda is public comments. The City Council will receive public comments on any issue related to the agenda item. Limited discussion by council may take place. Okay, hearing none. Next item on the agenda is the consent agenda. The Library Board minutes from June 19th, Planning Commission minutes July 7th, Health and Safety Committee minutes from July 14th, City Council minutes from July 14th. Need a special event permit for a family reunion at Freedom Park from 11:30 a.m. till 6 p.m. on August 9th. Approval of a blood drive at Prescott City Hall on Thursday, July 31st from 11:30 a.m. till 5:30 p.m. Approval of youth football team practice at Fairy Wonderland Park from August to October. Approval of a temporary alcohol license for St. Joseph Parish on September 13th and 14th. And the approval of request for a mural at Freedom Park Visitor Center by the Friends of Freedom Park.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda items 1 through 9.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion, a second to approve the consent agenda items 1 through 9. Is there any discussion on the motion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So the next item on the agenda is a public hearing. Public hearing on vacating an alley in the city of Prescott, county of Pierce, Wisconsin. I'll entertain a motion to go into public hearing.
I'll make a motion to go into public hearing.
I'll second it. Go ahead. Second it.
Okay, we have a motion, a second to go into public hearing. Any discussion on the motion? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, public hearing is now open. Matt?
Thank you, Mayor. So we received a request to vacate the unimproved alleyway between Kinnickinnick and Walnut Street. As part of that process, council reviewed at 2 meetings ago the initiation of the process, which they approved by resolution. So as moving forward from there, we sent out certified notices to all the property owners that are adjoining that alleyway. Those have been served. We also ran a Class 3 public notice within the paper. That affidavit is within your packet. So before you tonight is essentially that vacation. The one question that did come up a couple times was specifically the rights or easements that exist between the gas company and the utility company that are back there per state statutes. Those do remain and run in perpetuity with that, except basically what happens is the property lines all move forward. So you can then use those new property lines for setbacks and other things when you're looking at accessory structures. So that's somewhat of the benefit of when you're looking at vacating these. And then additionally, as previously pointed out, there's not liability then that the city continues, plus then the property owners can own it and maintain it as they already are doing. So with that, I'll turn it over to council for comments or questions. This would be the official approval tonight if council chooses to do so.
I don't have any questions. Can we move forward with a motion without,
It's a public hearing, so if there's anybody in the audience that would like to speak on the matter. Please, if you do, please come up to the podium, tell us who you are and where you live.
Is there a microphone here?
Yeah, it's on the table.
Okay. Well, we're one of the affected homeowners. I could not really hear what was said, so I don't know if this is the appropriate time to ask questions or.
Sure.
Okay, all right. Well, my husband and I would like to know if the city can do something about letting us know where the alley actually,
Or the center of the alley.
or the
specifically.
center of the alley, where it actually is, because historically, there's been some discrepancies or feelings, and I'm talking like 20 years ago, you know.
Or 30.
But, so the way to, I don't know how you can tell us really what, and it involves some trees and bushes and stuff like that. Is there
And what's your address?
680 Walnut?
Okay.
We own lots 7 and 8 of that, I think it's block 26, is that what it is?
Because I have a fear that, that the city might say, well, this is, we're vacating, you know, and leave it up to the property owners to try and find somebody to survey it for them, and leading to hard feelings or arguments, and that seems unnecessary. If there was just some way of putting a flag out or, you know, measuring informally in some way of exactly where the middle of the alley is. I mean, there aren't any curbs, and you can't go by the utility lines.
It kind of goes zigzag down the street
And
there,
I
it's
know
not
there was
straight
a
line.
discrepancy when Walnut Street was being fixed up over one of our back neighbor's location of a fence. And, you know, I don't really care about that, but I'd like to avoid that if possible. Do you have anything to say? No,
No,
that's
I
it.
don't think so.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I guess still, yeah, we can try to find it. I can't make any guarantees. Obviously, officially surveying it, you would be able to, for sure, so.
Can I add something?
Yeah.
So I'm Jerry Kimmon, I've got the open lot on Gibbs Street. Anyhow, that lot's been surveyed by a professional surveyor, and the back lot lines are currently marked. So it's just 7.5 feet back from that.
From the back lot line.
Right, so my back 2 pins are there. And I know Scott and, I believe Scott and Shelley that are on the corner of Young and Kinney, they've got their lots marked, corners marked as well. So that should help. And then I've got mine marked on the back of my house on Young Street. So I've got 2 pins in the back, so 7.5 feet.
From the pins.
We can run a string, so. And I think on my way up, I seen Scott, I forget his last name right now, in the corner. He already was putting stakes up, little orange flags. So it shouldn't be too difficult, but I don't know if the city wants to put a couple in, you know, behind their house, or you want homeowners. I don't know if you want us to do that. I know where mine are.
Yeah, we could try to locate the front property line marker and then measure 7.5 feet in.
Yeah.
But it's
right.
not, again, just, it's not official, it's just.
Sure. Yep. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other public comments? Okay, hearing none, entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
Motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion, a second to close the public hearing. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carried. Now the next item is consideration of resolution 39-25, vacating the alley in the city of Prescott, the county of Pierce, Wisconsin.
I'll make a motion to vacate, I'll make a motion of resolution to resolution 39-25, vacating an alley in the city of Prescott County, here, Pierce County, Prescott, Wisconsin.
And I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve resolution 39-25. Is there any discussion on the motion? Now I'll do a roll call. Lindsay?
Aye.
Dart?
Aye.
Maureen?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Okay, motion carried. Thank you. Okay, so this time I would like to move up item 2 under communications and new business to right after the public hearing. I need an okay from the council to do so.
A motion to move up the city agenda to
Number
the...
eight.
just
Number
one second.
3?
Item
Number
number...
two.
Number 2.
Number 2, to the resolution 40-25, the transfer of retired K-9 officer to Jesse the handler.
And I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. The next item on the agenda is Resolution 40-25, authorizing the transfer of a retired K-9 officer to its handler for personal ownership for a nominal fee of $1.
Go ahead.
Matt?
He seems excited.
1 second, sorry, I gotta find it in the package here.
I
So,
think he's retired already.
Yeah.
Let's just be
He took
clear.
nap time.
She heard the word, or he heard the word.
before you tonight is unfortunate and somewhat and saddened news that Caesar, our K-9 unit, unfortunately has suffered some degenerative, I would say, health issues that is requiring him to retire early. It's in your packet tonight, but essentially, the diagnosis from the vet was that he avoid doing long-term police work for his own well-being and health. So after discussions internally with staff and K-9 handler Neely, it was ultimately made the decision that Caesar should retire to a long and happy life at home with Jesse, and Jesse has agreed, Officer Neely has agreed. So with that before you is the transfer of Caesar. I know there are some people who worked really hard to raise Caesar, not only Officer Neely and taking care of him, but also I know Lisa's here, who was one of the big drivers behind the K-9 project that we had to raise the money to, I think everybody would agree. Unfortunately, we wished we had Caesar longer, but it is the circumstances that we're dealing with. So I don't know if we want to give Officer Neely a chance to say, or Lisa, or...
Sure. You got to come up here where you can say hi to your
You didn't think you were going to come here,
everything.
Jesse, and just let...
That way you can be on TV.
Oh, my gosh, he's gorgeous.
And more space.
Well, I appreciate the opportunity I've had to be his handler, and that my family gets to keep him at home. Like Matt said, it's unfortunate that his time at work here is come short, but we got the opportunity to have him, and you guys were a big part of that. So, on behalf of my family and myself, we thank you and look forward to see what the future brings.
Okay,
Thanks.
thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, people don't know the commitment that the families
Oh,
make
yeah.
when they take in a K-9. And thank you to all of you, because we know it's a lifelong commitment of the dog, for sure. And he has blended in with your family from the very beginning. He is an incredible dog, and he will be deeply missed.
And congratulations on his 4 years of service.
Thank you. It was fun. It was fun. It's been the best job in law enforcement I've ever had. The most amount of work, but the best job, hands down. No, he's not.
Okay, with that said, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion for approval of Resolution 40-25, authorizing the transfer of a retired K-9 Caesar to the handler, Jesse, for the purpose of ownership for a nominal fee of $1.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second to approve Resolution 40-25. Is there any discussion on the motion? Not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you. Thank you once again. Thank you all for coming. We appreciate it. Okay. So next item on the agenda is reports of standing committees and commissions. Nothing for finance. Planning Commission, next meeting's Monday, August 4th at 6. Parks and Public Works, Parks and Public Works Committee report.
Yeah, so we talked about the McGee Park change order, that will be on the agenda. We also talked about the land appraisal at the end of Jewel Street. There's a couple of things that Matt's checking on before we decide if that's worth it for us to pursue or if they're still interested in it. We also talked about a Fairy Wonderland grant. So we got a partial grant that they decided to accept, and then hopefully we can reapply for some grants in the future, but they'll move forward with continuing to work on the park and make it pretty and nice to visit. And then we just approved the Freedom Park mural, so we talked about that, and a little bit about the tree replacement program.
Okay, thank you. So the next Parks and Public Works meeting is Monday, August 18th at 5. Health and Safety, your next meeting is Monday, September 8th at 5. And Personnel, next meeting Wednesday, July 30th at 5, and Wednesday, August 6th at 5. Next item is communication and new business. Council will receive public comments on any issue not related to the agenda. Limited discussion by council may take place. However, no action will be taken on any item, includes receiving written requests or documentation, possible action at a future meeting. Okay, hearing none. Next item on the agenda is approval of updated public facilities need assessment and impact fees report by Trilogy Consulting, and approval of public hearing to be held at the August 25th City Council meeting for consideration of a revised ordinance. Have anything on that, Matt?
Yes, so just a follow-up per our public facilities needs assessment that we approved earlier this year. Essentially, all this is doing is updating that to include multifamily, specifically looking at one-bedroom, two-bedroom units, and then also there's a category for mobile homes. So all the impact fees that were previously approved would still be in effect, but we'd be adding a breakout for actual multifamily, because that was one of the things that has been discussed with people as they're looking at developments in the community is a single bedroom, one bedroom apartment shouldn't have to pay the same amount as a full-size single-family home. So essentially these updates would make that change. So the process moving forward would be to approve the plan tonight if willing by the council, and then approving that public hearing. From a month from now, we run the public notice, and then we have an official public hearing just like last time to adopt the updated ordinance with the revised fees. So with that, I'll turn over to council for comments or questions.
I thought it made a lot of sense, the proposal, the way that you broke out in the little chart that you had included in the packet, so.
There's no other questions or discussion. I'll entertain a motion to approve the updated public facilities needs.
Motion to approve updated. Do we need a motion for this, if we're going to have a public hearing?
We're making a motion to
Oh.
have the public hearing.
Okay. Motion to approve a public hearing to be held August 25th, 2025, for consideration of the revised ordinance that would be about the update public facilities needs assessment and impact fees.
I'll make a second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the updated public facilities needs assessment for the public hearing for August 25th. Is there any other discussion on the motion? Not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, next item on the agenda is approval of the plans and specification for McGee Park pedestrian bridge. Matt?
Thank you, Mayor. So the city approved Total Excavating to do the work at McGee Park on March 10th, 2025. As part of that, at a later date, we bid the pedestrian bridge separately in order to avoid cost increases through having a third party bid it for us, so we bid it ourselves. That ultimately was awarded to River City Welding, contingent upon structural engineered stamp plans. We have reviewed and received those stamp plans, and they are before you tonight. It does match what we requested, which is a 10-foot wide pedestrian bridge, 90-foot long span, and engineered to a load limit of 10,000 pounds. So with that, the plans and specs are before you tonight for consideration. If they are approved, the contractor wants to move forward already with working on installation this week.
Make a motion to approve the plans and specifications for McGee Park pedestrian bridge.
Second?
We have a motion and a second for the approval of the plans and specs for McGee Park pedestrian bridge. Any discussion on the motion?
Yes, Mayor.
Go ahead.
Is 10 tons, is that to accommodate
10,000 pounds.
10,000 pounds?
That's what you just said.
Yeah. To accommodate any kind of plowing that would have to go through there if necessary?
Yes, it could accommodate, it will accommodate lawnmower and not a full-size plow truck, but like a standard F-150 plow truck. I did tell Chad he can't drive the full fire truck on there.
Okay, if there's no other discussion, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, next item on the agenda is Resolution 41-25, approving the change order for the addition of 150 feet of water main extension to the McGee Park project for $30,125.
Thank you, Mayor. So as part of the McGee Park project, we are putting in and paving the parking lot and a trail along the edge. So when we approved our water engineering report back in June, early June, one of the items that we are looking to do is make sure that we create redundancy in the water main in terms of looping. Right now, there's only one connection to all of Great Rivers. That's, if that were to break, that whole area in the Great Rivers and Pine Ridge would all lose water. So to create redundancy, we're looping it. As part of that looping, we would be going just off McGee Park, so to make sure we don't have to go back and rip everything up that we're putting in this year. We're proposing a 150-foot long extension that will dead end. It is an 8-inch main that we'd be putting in. Parks and Public Works reviewed this at their meeting and motioned it to go to council by a 3-0 vote. The total cost would come out of water fund and is $30,125. So with that, I'll turn it over to council for comments. Any questions?
Motion to approve Resolution 4125, approving the change order for the addition of 150 feet of water main to the McGee Park project for $30,125.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve Resolution 41-25. Is there any discussion on the motion? Now I'll do a roll call. Mike?
Aye.
Maureen?
Aye.
Dar?
Aye.
Lindsay?
Aye.
Okay, motion carried. Thank you. Next item on the agenda is Resolution 42-25, approving the purchase and installation of a new 150 horsepower motor for well number 3 from Keys Well Drilling Company in the amount of $23,920.
Thank you, Mayor. So well number 3 currently is undergoing remediation and treatment for nitrates and PFAS. The original well was built in 1971 and still contains the original motor. So we, as part of this update for treatment, Water Surplus, who is supplying the treatment equipment, is recommending that the engine have a VFD, or a variable frequency drive. Essentially, this is an electronic piece of equipment that lengthens the life of the motor and is also easier on the treatment long-term to overall increase efficiency. Since the motor regulates the flow of water, shorter or longer startup, which eases that pressurization and flow through the RO system. So right now, we don't have the funds to do both the VFD and the new motor. The current motor that we have is too old to have a VFD on it. So what we're recommending before you tonight is the replacement of the motor at this time for $23,920. That includes installation and the new motor. And then at a later time, within ideally a couple of years, right now we've been quoted for the VFD of the installation for $40,000. So we'd be working to budget that in the next couple of years to make that change in addition. So this motor would come out of water fund. It is currently projected that we'd earn over $40,000 in interest revenue in our water fund, which would be sufficient to cover this expense that we're recommending before you tonight. So if there's any comments or questions.
This pump can do 1,000 gallons per minute then?
This
What?
well was doing 1,000 gallons per minute. It will be slightly less. It'll be like 850 because we'll lose some of the water now with treatment that will go to the waste stream rather than
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know what the exact number is, but
I'll make a motion to approve Resolution 42-25, approving the purchase and installation of a new 150 HP motor for well number 3 from Keys Wells Drilling Company in the amount of $23,920, and this will be coming out of the water fund.
I'll second that.
We have a motion, a second to approve Resolution 42-25. Is there any discussion on the motion? Now do roll call. Lindsay?
Aye.
Dar?
Aye.
Maureen?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Okay, motion carried. Thank you. Okay, under other business, discuss proposed Prescott Historical Society event dates, August 20th or 21st or August 27th or 28th.
so Prescott Historical Society is having basically a thank you event where they're going to invite all the chamber members, and they would like to invite council as well, so they'd like to know a date that would work best, and they proposed Wednesday the 20th, Thursday the 21st, or Wednesday the 27th, or Thursday the 28th. So I just wanted to see if council had a preferred date that would work best for everybody for moving forward, so that we can let them know so they can plan.
Yeah. I'm open to whatever, so whatever.
Well,
27th, 28th is better for me.
Yeah.
I
it
can't
might
be there
better
after
for me,
like 7:28.
Oh, Mike can't be there. I could be there
It's up to you
on the
guys.
23rd, but not the 20th. On the 21st, I mean, but not the 20th.
No preference.
The 21st?
I'm good with whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go then, 21st.
Okay.
Okay, is there any other business?
Well, I think you and I were talking about what went on over the weekend with the boat fire, and you made some comments about,
What boat fire?
Well, it's not much of a boat anymore.
Yeah, I just wanted to comment that we pretty much listened to it on the scanner, and I'd like to commend the fire department, police department for handling that tremendously. I think they did a great job. It was all done very professionally, so thank you guys very much. Thank all your people responsible. Appreciate it.
What, was the boat out in the middle of the river or tied up?
No, she was right at the gas dock.
Oh, bad news.
Sounded like
Yep.
a spill right there at the gas dock. Blew up.
Any other business?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
And a motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we are adjourned. Stay tuned, guys, because we have another meeting.